You don't even love me. You just want my snacks.
Oh, shit. All right. Leah, you're making me fall. Oh, oh my God.
Wow, you look crazy.
They called her a monster, a pig-faced beast with too much energy and zero hope. 7 families threw her back like trash, but Leah was about to make a promise that would change everything forever. Leah was the golden daughter of a family that lived in a world made of silk and crystal, never knowing the cold bite of a struggle. When she moved across the country for university, renting a charming 2-story house, her father's only concern was whether her bank account was full enough. But Leah felt a hollow ache in her chest that money couldn't fill. She had a cat, yet her heart yearned for something more, a canine companion to share her adventures. That's when she walked into the High Hill shelter, a place where hope often went to die. The shelter worker looked at her with exhausted, cynical eyes and pointed toward a corner cage. "You want energy? Take Rhea," he muttered, his voice dripping with bitterness. But fair warning, she's been returned 7 times. People say she's too much to handle. Or worse, they mock her appearance, saying she looks more like a pig than a dog. Leah's heart shattered into a million jagged pieces at those words. She demanded to see this unadoptable creature. When Rhea finally emerged, she wasn't a monster, she was a masterpiece. Her fur was a shimmering pearlescent white, scattered with unique spots like paint splashed across a pristine canvas. She looked like a fallen star. But when Leah knelt, reaching out with a trembling hand, Rhea didn't wag her tail. She flinched. She recoiled as if Leah's touch were a hot iron. Her eyes weren't just sad, they were vast, dark oceans of abandonment, drowning in years of systemic rejection. You could see every betrayal, every locked cage, and every person who walked past her etched into those hollow pupils. The worker snapped. "See, she doesn't trust humans anymore. Just leave her." If you're watching this and haven't subscribed yet, I have to say I'm a little heartbroken. Stories like this need your support. Hit that subscribe button right now. You won't regret it. Now, back to what happened next. Leah didn't walk away. Instead, she felt a fierce, primal fire ignite in her soul. She pleaded, she bargained, and she swore a sacred oath to the worker. "I will never bring her back," she whispered, her voice like steel. "I am her forever." The paperwork was signed with shaky hands, but the real battle was only beginning. When Leah called her parents to share the news, the silence on the other end was deafening before the explosion. "You can't even take care of yourself. We pay for your life and you bring home a beast?" her father roared, his words cutting deeper than any blade before he slammed the phone down, leaving Leah alone in the deafening silence of her kitchen. The aftermath of that phone call felt like a physical weight crushing Leah's lungs. Her parents didn't just disapprove, they struck where it hurt most, her independence. They slashed her allowance in half, a brutal attempt to starve her into submission and force her to return Rhea to the cold metal bars of the shelter. But they didn't know their daughter. Leah looked at Rhea, who was still hiding in the shadows of the living room, and remembered her oath. She wouldn't just survive, she would provide. With 0 work experience and a grueling university schedule, Leah plunged into the dark waters of the job market. She found 2 grueling part-time jobs, turning her life into a frantic blur of lectures and labor. There were days she skipped classes to pull extra shifts, her feet blistering and her back aching as she worked until her vision blurred. She was exhausted, her ribs starting to show as she prioritized Rhea's high-quality food over her own meals. The girl who once lived in luxury was now scrubbing floors and serving tables, all while her parents waited for the inevitable white flag of surrender. But something magical was happening at her workplace. Leah began bringing Rhea with her, and the dog that everyone called intimidating became a beacon of light. Rhea's energy, once viewed as a curse, became her greatest gift. She greeted customers with a joy so infectious it seemed to vibrate through the walls. People didn't see a pig-faced dog anymore. They saw a guardian angel with a coat of silk and eyes of gold. Business boomed because everyone wanted a moment in Rhea's radiant presence. Leah was earning more in tips than she ever thought possible, her pockets filling with the fruits of her own sweat and tears. But the tension reached a breaking point when, unannounced, her parents drove across the country to save her. They arrived at her house to find it empty. A neighbor told them, "She's working. She's the hardest working girl I've ever seen." They couldn't process it. Their delicate daughter, a laborer? They waited for hours, their anger simmering until they saw a figure appearing at the end of the street. It was Leah, walking with a tired but triumphant stride, with Rhea marching proudly by her side like a living fortress. The confrontation was inevitable, and the air between them crackled with years of unspoken expectations. Leah stood her ground, her hand resting firmly on Rhea's head. Before her parents could utter a single word of judgment, she spoke with a voice that didn't tremble. "I told you I wouldn't give her up, and I meant it. I don't need your money if it comes with the price of a soul." Her parents looked at her and saw a woman they didn't recognize. Leah wasn't a fragile girl anymore. She was a warrior. They looked at Rhea expecting a monster, but found a dog whose tail wagged so hard her entire body shook like an earthquake. In that moment, the room fell silent, the kind of silence that sucks the air out of your lungs as the walls of prejudice finally crumbled. Her father saw the calluses on Leah's hands and the unfiltered devotion in Rhea's eyes. The pig-faced, unwanted dog had done what years of luxury couldn't. She had taught their daughter the meaning of sacrifice and unconditional love. The transformation was total. Her parents didn't just apologize, they became Rhea's biggest fans. Now, Leah is in her final year of university, no longer needing to work 2 jobs because her parents reinstated her allowance, this time with an extra Rhea bonus. The house that was once lonely is now a sanctuary of chaos and joy. Rhea, the dog who was returned 7 times, finally found the person who saw her true reflection in those dark eyes. They spend their afternoons in the park, Rhea sprinting with a speed like lightning, her white fur glowing under the sun like a miracle. Leah learned that a promise is the anchor that holds you steady when the world tries to wash you away. Their bond is a fusion of souls who refuse to give up on each other. True beauty isn't found in a perfect face, but in the heart that refuses to break. What would you do in this situation? Tell me in the comments below.